Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right. The Vols are high on a 2024 quarterback. This guy looks really good, and we're going to have to pick up somebody in that class that's high end. Also, we had a safety commit, a Tennessee guy, and also we're going to be looking for James to lead tonight against Vandy. And before we get started, I want to introduce you to a member of the family that actually it's not one of my brothers. Now, this character right here is the biggest Vols fan on the planet, and her name is Bunny. She's about 6 years old, and every time we have a ball game, she gets so excited she almost can't stand it, and she'll be fired up about tonight's game. But anyway, I did want to introduce you to who I believe is the biggest Vols fan in the country, besides myself and maybe yourself. So anyway, look, everybody needs a Bunny in their life. That's just all there is to it. I think I'll start out with the Vanderbilt game first. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm really looking for Triple J, Josiah James, to really lead the pack tonight. I think we're in a bit of a shooting slump. I don't think there's any question about that. Shooting under 30%, shooting, under 10% last game from three. So James is going to have to kind of calm everybody down and score some points. Last game he had 15 points and 14 rebounds, even though, he didn't shoot from three very well either. But he was hitting his little mid-range jumper around the foul line. And that may be something that he does tonight as well, because that shot's pretty much always open for him. He's tall enough on the wing to be able to get that shot anytime he wants it, because they usually put a smaller guy with him. And if they put a taller guy with him, then he can go around him. So I'm looking for him to score double digits and to get double-digit rebounds as well. And that should help calm everything down a little bit, because I can tell you right now, Vanderbilt's waiting for the Vols tonight. They smell blood, and this would be a big victory for them.
You walk over, but you're limping back.
That's right. Yeah, they're going to be waiting for us. You can count on it. This is an in-state rivalry. Don't forget that. And it is for them too. And we picked up an in-state athlete, a preferred walk-on, whose dad actually played for Tennessee. His name's Jack Henry Jacobic, and he's in the class of 2023. They've got him listed as an athlete. I think he primarily plays safety from what I can tell from his highlights. He's not taking up a scholarship. Again, he's a preferred walk-on. And his dad actually was a scholarship player at Tennessee, but he started out as a preferred walk-on as well. And this is a guy that's a Vol through and through. He said, I chose UT because I've always loved the campus. My dad walked on and earned a scholarship. He said, I love the atmosphere, what the coaches have planned for the future. I enjoy the competition, look forward to getting to work. He's 6'3", 180 pounds, and he hits pretty good. And I'll show you some highlights. Here you'll see him playing safety. I think he gets a pick right here, yeah. He normally plays safety. And here you'll see he hits pretty hard. Pretty much he always slams the guy down. I do not know if this young man will be fast enough to play in the SEC. He hits hard. I will give him that. I just don't know if he's got the wheels or not, but, we'll see. Sometimes if you anticipate well enough, you can play the safety position. But, man, he knocks the crap out of people. 6'3", 180. Of course, that's pretty big in high school. He'll probably put on 10 or 20 pounds over the next year or two. So a nice little pickup. Like I said, that's what those preferred walk-on positions are for. They're really, it seems to be primarily for the guys that are in-state and really want to play for the Vols. They're normally 3 stars or sometimes even 2 stars. But, hey, you never know, and one might come in handy. Now we're going to talk about Jake Merklinger. He is a quarterback, and he's in the 2024 class. He's a top 100 player. He's 6'3", 190 pounds, and he tossed 32 touchdowns. He averaged over 20 yards per throw as a junior, and he was 11-1 for his record. So, this guy's he's a fine player, and like I said, I'll show you his highlights here in just a moment. Here you'll get to see his arm strength. Throws a real nice deep ball. And you'll get to see that he's a good runner too, but he's got a very good pocket presence about him. And there's a lot of teams interested in him, and we need to pick up a quality quarterback in 2024 because right now, with where we stand, we only have Nico after next year. Now, granted, we're going to pick up another player in 2023, I think, probably this spring. But as you can see, this guy would be a nice pickup for 2024. Got plenty of arm strength. Here you'll see his pocket presence where he can run. Now, obviously, that's something he could do for the Vols big time. We saw Hendon Hooker do that many, many times for us. Nice little touch pass. Here he is getting out of the pocket. Now you get to see his wheels. Here he goes. Good pocket presence. Time to take off. That's such a Hendon Hooker move right there. It's crazy. You know, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's quick. And he can hurt you with his legs. And he can throw off platform. He can throw on the run. Again, this would be a real nice pickup for us in 2024. He's got good poise under pressure. You can see that. Look at that. He got the escapability. That's very important. I mean, turns that play into something huge. I know the Vols are also looking at Jaden Davis. You know, he's one of the top-ranked quarterbacks out there, but he's probably going to lean towards Michigan, especially with Nico in the mix. But we're going to need a quality quarterback in the 2024 class for sure, and this guy would be an excellent pickup for us. So, again, I just wanted to cover a little bit of the recruiting. I mean, 2025, we're going to pick up a superstar in that class. It might be George McIntyre. It might be Cutter Boley. It could be several different guys. And that's going to be a real easy class for us to get a top-notch quarterback, because that'll be Nico's junior year. And most people don't think he'll play past that. They think he'll go to the NFL after 3 years. I certainly do. So 2025 would be super easy to bring a guy in, because that'd be their first year in his junior year. But we're going to have to find a really good quarterback in 2024 to either play as a backup or, look, you know, a sprained ankle happens, all of a sudden he's the starter. And with Milton graduating, you know, it's going to get real important quickly. And I do feel real good about 2024 as far as recruiting. We've had a bunch of 5-stars in during our junior days. Mike Matthews, Ryan Wingo, who's leaning heavily towards Tennessee, 5-star wide receiver. Williams Namari, who is a big-time edge rusher, 5-star. Our Tennessee guys, Boo Carter, Edwin Spillman, who's the #1 athlete in the state of Tennessee. He's a linebacker. And his brother actually plays for Vols also. Marcus Gorey, all those in-state guys that we need to be getting. So I'm looking for a really good class in 2024. I'd really like to see us wind up in the top 5. We've got to start finishing in the top 5 if we're going to compete with Georgia and Alabama. They're recruiting like crazy people. I mean, if you think about the fact that they've picked up 14 5-stars in the last class, that's half the 5-stars went to 2 teams, and it's 2 teams we play. So it's really important that we up our game. And look, we had a great class in 2023. I'm real happy with this class. We filled a bunch of holes, especially on the edge, on defense. Of course, we got the #1 quarterback in the country and a lot of other really good players. But come 2024 is the time we've got to up our game even higher. And I believe Josh will be able to do that. This style of offense, the NIL, the excitement, the fan base, everything, we've got all the things needed. We are not in the best footprint. You know, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and places like that, they have 5-stars within driving distance, within 100 miles of them. Whereas for us, we've got to get them to come from another state. But Clemson's done a great job of that, and I think we can too, and we used to all the time. So I just wanted to cover a little bit of recruiting news. Also, again, tonight, 7 o'clock, this is an important game because I'm telling you, Vanderbilt's smelling blood. And I believe Rick Barnes is going to have to sit down with our guys and get their confidence and get them thinking a little bit more positively after the last 2 games. It's probably going to be a little bit like this.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Yep. Got to get them in the right headspace. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols, the SEC, basketball, all that good stuff. And if you're not subscribed, it's right here on the left. A lot of you watch my video and you don't hit that little button. It costs you nothing. It's just boop, and you're done. I would appreciate it. And right over here, YouTube puts my most recent video, pretty popular. Be sure to check that out. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.